It's not live yet.
It's live now.
There it is.
We're going to go live. We're going to do it live.
Live?
Wait, just to be clear, are we going live?
I don't think we're going live. I think we're going live, though.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
So if you guys would go into, if you have a secondary device, go into TikTok, join the live stream and share it out if you would. And then you guys can just exit that if you want to. It's up to you. Or see the comments. I do not have the talk chat text thing on.
Hey.
So.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Natalie.
Hello.
Hi, Nicole.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Jojo. Jojo, darling, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good,
Fabulous.
thank you.
Fabulous.
How are you?
I'm good. Another day, another dollar, all that good stuff.
I probably shouldn't share it with
As
Bones.
usual.
Yeah, if you do, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I might
What's up, Jason?
join. I don't know.
What? You join yourself?
Maybe.
Misfits Rehab. What's going on?
How's it going?
So, okay, I can hear somebody.
That's me.
Yeah, somebody turn your volume down. Seriously?
Sorry.
Not me.
I was doing things.
It sounded like it sounded good. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gxs Podcast. We are currently getting kind of set up for you guys to be ready to have everybody in here, and then we're going to crack on. Bomber, did you get everything you needed? Ish? No? Okay. Well, that's fine.
I'll figure something out.
Okay, I mean, that works. So until then, welcome everybody that is on TikTok, everybody that is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and if anybody is listening, welcome to Live 365.
365, damn, you're fine. No.
Running a test on there.
Get
by the way.
low. Get low, get low, get low, get low.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to be humming that all night now from the window to the wall.
Pickle buttons.
So the
So
positive feedback is at that other place that we are live. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
I just-
my.
We're doing. We listen. Our viewers know that we run tests all the time. Me and Pit Boss do this like crazy and drive them nuts.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Oh yeah.
What we do.
Looney Tunes.
I know, Nikki. I just shared it to everybody that I could think of. So.
Hi, Heather. Hi,
So
Combat Brad. Hi, Nicole.
We have an intro?
There's an intro.
there is.
Wait, what? Where?
What?
Oh, hold on. It's down here.
Oh my gosh.
Found it.
Hey
I
there.
think you did. I think you did.
Good morning wake up call to anybody that was asleep.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GXS Podcast. I am one of the multiple hosts on the podcast. My name is Bones. We also have Bomber, the
Hi.
lovely bearded wonder. We have Pit Boss,
Yellow.
basically Albert Einstein's twin. And then, of course, we have the lovely Amira. She is here with us, as always, keeping
The
us in line.
red-headed Amazon queen.
And joining us today, in the middle, in the center of attention, is our one and only JoJo Ice Baby. What's up, Joe?
She's
Hi.
right there. See? Everybody? Right there.
Yeah,
So
she's
Joe is
that one.
joining us today on the podcast to have a little bit of fun and enjoy herself. And we're going to go through a few things with you guys today. We're going to be doing news of the 1980s. So it's going to be kind of funnish. But stay tuned for later on in the show because we will be doing the bloopers of the 1980s news as well. So that'll be our reactional video today. Other than that, Joe, how you doing, honey?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, good.
How are y'all doing? How's
Good.
everyone doing?
Doing good.
Hanging in there.
Good.
Fair to partly cloudy.
Fair to partly cloudy.
Short and shovel, slightly to the left.
Wow.
That was earlier. You know what? Never mind. We'll move on. Hello, everybody that's joining. Nothing weird is happening here.
No, never. There's never anything happening here.
No.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Like,
What are you talking about?
Well, can we talk about anything that pops up first?
No.
Wow.
You do realize
Bummer
those
chicken
are
snap.
choking hazards, right? This are a choking hazard.
Put it all fresh in breath.
Wow.
Hello,
Check
Davis.
the GXS chat real fast.
Yeah,
So anyway.
the chat's going to. Okay.
Okay. What?
Yeah. Juno, I'm talking about, man.
Junut.
And we also have another guest on the live, apparently. Mira, who is our fifth or sixth guest here?
This is my 4-year-old female cockapoo. This is Sadie. She decided she needed love.
Take it to 15, Baller.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
She needs all the loves.
She's 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
She'll be 5 in April.
Oh no, puppy cake. We're gonna get a puppy cake for her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so everybody knows, I don't know how many of you actually know who I'm talking about, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, great. If you do know who I'm talking about, great. Little Bit just had her grandbaby was just born.
Oh, wow.
So she messaged us this morning and let us know that the baby is here and healthy and good.
Nice.
Awesome.
I believe she said, let me pull her up real fast. She said 7 pounds, 4 ounces, 18 inches long at 6:45 a.m.
Wow.
Sent us a few pictures and then sent us, I got to turn this up real quick. She sent us this little snippet. The baby is here. So congratulations to Alex, and I hope that she enjoys her baby, because I'm going to tell you right now, it gets funner as it goes along when they learn to sing.
Then you want to sprinkle them.
Oh, yes.
So congratulations, Little Bit. I don't know if you're in here or if you hear it, because last time I talked to her, she was up for like 36 hours and she's going to sleep for a while now. Yeah, she doesn't do well in hospitals or in those situations sleep-wise. Other than that, she's a trooper.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now it's
Nice
time
one.
to talk about the wool man in the middle.
Oh, you mean that lovely lady right there?
Yes.
That one,
Joe.
yeah, that one right there.
Joe, couple of questions for you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you do that. Your disassociation. I see it. So, Joe, you are well known for encouraging people on TikTok to get off their butts and keep moving, even though they're having tough days. And the reason why that is because you've had a few health issues in your life that have put you down, but not out. Me and you have had multiple conversations about multiple things. And I will say this to a lot of people. She is one of the inspirations of my life. There are 2 people that I look up to really, really highly on TikTok. And that's Abe and JoJo, because of all the adversity they've gone through in their life, and they keep pushing through. So, Joe, can you tell me when did the what is the issue and when did it start?
Well, I have a few things. I have something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which starts from birth, and Chiari malformation, which starts from birth, but you don't usually see the signs and symptoms until a bit later on in your teenage, like late teenage years.
Yeah.
And when I was about 19, I started dislocating knees, elbows, shoulders, things like that.
Is it like a joint issue?
It's my body doesn't produce collagen properly.
Okay.
Okay.
Your collagen is like the glue that holds your body together and keeps everything strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because mine doesn't produce it, all my ligaments, my tendons, my muscles are all weak. so they don't support my joints, so my joints just pop out the sockets. And it's everything from my jaw down to my toes.
Listen, when they told you to start pop locking back in the day, that's not what they meant.
No, it's definitely not what they meant.
Oh, I gotta chime in and go, damn. I give you the golf clap, woman, because that's something to live with. Holy cow. You're my new hero.
Oh,
She's tough.
My Chiari is Chiari malformation is my brain is slipping into my spine. It's slowly moving into my spinal column and being crushed. It's putting pressure on my spine, which causes lots of pain, migraines, and eventually it can cause death if you don't have surgery to treat it. There's no cure for it. You can help to ease the symptoms for a while longer, but there's no cure.
I figured they just put a plate back there and hold it up.
You'd think, but no, they have to cut your head open at the back. They have to remove a piece of your skull and then remove the top of your spine, just to make more room for your brain, because they can't do anything with it.
Well, we don't need
Can
you
they
to
not
do
do
it.
like collagen injections to help your body naturally produce it, or give you some kind of artificial?
No, if they give you collagen, my body automatically attacks it because it thinks it's wrong, because EDS is a problem with your DNA. It's not,
So this is like an autoimmune disease.
it's similar.
Wow.
So it
But
sees
yeah,
collagen
it's-
as a foreign entity.
Exactly. So
And
my
destroys
body
it.
produces faulty collagen instead of proper collagen because my body doesn't like it. It just sees it as it's not supposed to be there. And I've been in a wheelchair for like 10 years now. But the past year, I've been able to start walking slowly. I've been pushing myself for years and years and years, just exercising and physio and all sorts. And I can walk around and move around for about 20 minutes now, which is pretty good. And I'm pretty impressed with myself, which I don't say that very often, but I am. I'm pretty impressed with myself.
I
20
remember
minutes.
the first time I saw you was when you had hair first, and then all of a sudden you didn't have hair. And then I went, huh? What happened? What's going on? Why is she in this four-wheeler?
Sinead O'Connor / Britney Spears. Leave her alone.
Oh, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, bionic woman, how you doing?
Oh yeah.
I'm curious though, could they have done like maybe a bone marrow transplant to maybe help counteract that, or is there something they could have done with like stem cells possibly to help that?
There is a stem cell treatment that has been tested recently. It's only in the testing phase, and it worked, but you have to pay for it at the minute. You can't get it free or anything, and it's fortune at the minute because it's still early days.
Yeah.
So you can't volunteer as tribute.
No.
So, and this might be maybe a little not where the guys were thinking, but is there a place like where anybody could maybe, help you out, like give you donations, send you anything? Is there a way that we could help with any of that? I mean, is there a link that you've got or a Cash App or something?
Bones knows and Mr. Pit Boss knows about this. I'm very
Stubborn.
I don't like accepting things off people.
Stubborn.
I know.
Yeah, very.
People do want to help me, but I'm like, I help people.
Let me tell you a quick story about JoJo, and well, Mr. Pit Boss will be part of this story because he's just as stubborn. So these two love to help people. They will go out of their way and literally bend over backwards and try to help people. As to where, when it comes to them accepting help, they have to be forced. Oh, Bomber, does that hit home? I think. Yeah. So pretty much everybody in here is one of those people that we don't mind helping everybody else out, and we're pretty stubborn on taking the help. But
yeah.
So what about like a PO box? Do you have a PO box where you could, if anybody wanted to send you a care package, maybe if you won't accept help in the other way, what if somebody wanted to do something cool and send you some cool, I don't know, like American snacks that you can't get in Ireland?
I don't have a PO box. I was gonna get one, but then I was like, yeah, I don't want people sending me gifts because then I feel I don't know. I'm like,
Well, I might have to get your
Wait,
address
wait a minute.
because I would love to send you some stuff that I know you can't get there.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe like a GXS specialized shirt.
I think that is a fantastic idea.
You know,
Seeing
I
as
think,
creative arts director.
I think maybe, and Amira, this is going to you. We make kind of a shirt that resembles Joe in a sense of being a fighter.
Oh, I think
Oh,
Barbara and I come up with something.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And maybe even any proceeds from sales of said shirt could be redirected.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, Joe, just accept the love. You got no choice. Remember last time we went through this shit and I made you fucking accept it? You're gonna accept it again.
yeah, you made me. You literally
Who
badgered
was
me
up
until
your
I
ass
was
the
like,
entire
"Bye."
time? Who was up your ass the entire time about it?
You were.
Yeah, huh? And you finally gave in because you know I'm more stubborn than you are.
Okay, I'm the
Really?
mom, and what I say goes, and mom says, you're gonna get stuff.
Well, oh, jeez.
real
When
with
mom
it.
says so.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
whenever we
take
go,
it and like
whenever
it.
we go off air, JoJo's gonna look at us and go, "Don't do it, don't do it."
Mhm.
Well,
I'm a mom.
really quickly,
I'm a
guys.
mom of 3. One is a girl. I have a very sweet spot in my heart for young ladies that need just a little pick me up. And I like to crochet. I like to cross stitch. I like to make stuff. So just smile and nod. That's all
I'll
I
just,
get.
I'll just send you stuff off Adam and Eve or something.
Hey guys, I got to tell you about somebody that's special that snuck into the TikTok.
I'm in the middle of
without-
making cosplay at the minute.
Ooh, nice leather. You and
Oh,
leather.
thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Who snuck
Somebody
into who?
special just snuck into TikTok here. Hey, Big Bobby D, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
Bobby D, what's up, brother?
What up, bruh?
Bruh.
How you feeling?
Yeah, I
I'm
just
not
want
gonna
to
be
say hi to you, man.
I'm not
So-
gonna be that guy. I was
so
gonna
I
say,
get the-
tell us how you feel, but that'd be just rude.
Hi,
So-
buddy.
And this is just, I mean, you can tell me to shut up or say, no, I'm not
Okay,
answering
shut up.
that. Not you.
You just
So
said,
I was talking to Joe.
He did say it.
Joe. So, question about, I get the kind of the collagen thing, okay? Your body's not producing it. It's artificial or injections or whatever. The brain thing.
hmm
So, is it like, I don't know if you know this or not, is it almost like the brain isn't dense enough to hold itself up in a sense?
What it is was it's kind of like a birth defect. So my brain is too big for my head.
She's a genius.
So it's being forced into my spine.
Why do I
So-
suddenly think I'm Pinky and she's the brain?
What
are we
are
doing
we gonna
now,
do tonight,
Brian?
Brian?
We're gonna take over the
What do we
world.
do every night, Pinky? Take over the world.
So basically, in a sense, it's like your brain is bigger and it doesn't have enough room around inside the skull. So it's basically being pressurized in a sense and forced down.
Yeah. And
Okay. I
The
was
more-
thinking like it was like, the lack of better term, like a rotten peach, where it starts to kind of,
No.
just kind of down into the spine. That's what I was, and then eventually there's going to be space in between the top of your skull, inside your skull,
Well,
type of thing.
the way it gets forced further down into my spine is if I have any swelling or anything at the back of my neck, you've got a hole at the base of your skull
Right.
that
Where the spinal cord comes out.
your spinal cord goes through.
Hmm.
My brain compresses that, but when there's any swelling, it closes the tiny little gap that's left there for the fluid to get to my brain, the CFS fluid. So when that gap's closed, the fluid can't get to my brain and it can't get out of my brain. So then I end up with pressure building up inside of my skull, which pushes my brain further into my spine.
Okay.
And at times I end up with like literally the CFS fluid coming out of my eyes and my nose because the pressure has built up so much. I end up with brain fluid coming out of my nose and my eyes.
Whoa.
That's because you were thinking too hard.
What you have is rare. What you have is very, very rare. It doesn't afflict very many people. And I think it's like what, one in like every 480,000 people this affects. It's a really astronomically crazy number. So you are part of a very small minority.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like, as I'm like not knowing enough about, of course, medicine. I'm not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination. You know, my first thing is, okay, if you get swelling in the back of your neck and that does that, couldn't they just go in and make that hole a little bit bigger?
Well, that's the thing. To help it out, I've got to have like a piece of my skull like that taken out from the back of my head, and the bottom of my spine removed to stop all the pressure and create more of a gap for the fluid.
Gotcha.
You got to keep in mind that it's going to put pressure on her spinal cord. So that's also going to cause part of the problem. So you get that kind of pressure built. I was doing a quick little bit of research. This got some very serious side effects from even doing minimal changes. If they were to try something experimental, it could potentially cause permanent issues like paralysis, things like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of why we need to get JoJo into that stem cell deal.
The specialist that was supposed to do the surgery on me was the like main specialist in the UK, and during COVID he retired.
No.
So the guy who's taken over because of my other conditions, he refuses to touch me. He refuses to do the surgery because he says he doesn't accept the risks. And I'm like, well, it's my body. I should be able to accept those risks.
Well, you should be able to sign like a non-disclosure agreement, or not a non-disclosure agreement, but you should be able to sign something that says, hey, if you fuck up, nobody can sue you for this.
Well, you have to sign it anyway. You have to sign a thing before you go
Well,
into
you know what I'm
surgery.
talking about
Yeah.
that. Nobody
release
can
of
get back on me
obligation.
and all that kind of stuff. Release of all obligation in case you.
It's a medical consent. I work in a hospital. It's a medical consent form that you understand the risks, et cetera, et cetera. Have you appealed to any specialists in the U.S. by chance? Have you reached out to any of the governing bodies over here since the case is rare to see if there's anything over here that we can do?
I haven't, not yet.
It's a good idea.
It is. And I'm thinking about it because basically it's getting to the point where it's putting so much pressure that they've told me that I may not have long left because of the pressure build-up and the pressure that's putting on my brain and everything else. It's basically crushing the part of my brain that controls all my automatic system, which your heart, your breathing, all that. So if it crushes it too much, my heart will stop. And there's no starting it because that area of my brain has been crushed then.
When we get done, I do want to get some information from you. I work for a nonprofit. I work for a hospital in my area, and let me find out if there's anybody in my area that maybe could do some digging and get some information and at least see if there's anything else out there.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, totally true. I mean, I have to point this out. Lycan, that is funny but mean all at the same time. All I gotta say is literally when you sneeze, you're blowing your brains out.
Actually, when she was talking about the
funny
brain fluid or whatever, I rarely talk about him, but my father, back when I actually liked him, he had a malignant tumor on his pituitary gland. So they had to go like right there.
Wait, we're recording this, right? Because Bonner's talking about his dad.
It's fine.
Are you sure?
Anyway, yeah.
We're going to use this for research purposes later. I'm just going to tell you that.
This is
I'm ready to get down right now.
So when they did that, they basically drilled a hole straight up through the base of his skull, took the tumor out, and then what they did is they cut open his side, took some fat and blood and some like basically glue, like a surgical glue, kind of mixed it up and made a spackle and stuck it back up in there. And what it'll do over time is harden back into bone and plug the hole.
Yeah.
Well, the last thing the doctor said right before he walked out the doors, giving him his release papers, was, "Oh yeah, by the way, don't sneeze for 2 weeks."
Oh, Jesus.
By the way, that spackle has got donor bone in it, just because my daughter's got it in her back. I just want to point out that's got dead people DNA in it.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Hi, Brooke. How you doing?
So wait a minute, you're putting
How do you
soylent
not
green in your
sneeze?
brain?
So
My
yeah,
question
basically,
is-
so for 2 weeks he didn't sneeze because they said if you sneeze and you start to get a headache or you start feeling like liquid coming out of your nose, come to the emergency room immediately. But
Why
there was
does it
a
sound
lot
the
of
worst fucking thing ever not to be able to sneeze for 2 weeks.
right.
Oh,
There was so many
why did
times
it-
where it was like right on the edge where it was like, and he
That's when you're
basically
going,
No, it sounds like that. I'm sorry to say this, but that doctor sounded like he called up Roto-Rooter and said, "Hey, come on in here. We
Yeah.
need to fix something."
yeah.
Okay, well, Joe,
You can't say rotten peaches. You should know why you cannot say rotten peaches. And she's in the YouTube chat.
What?
Oh, you mean that person that destroyed a TV?
You mean the Great Dragonfly incident of 2008? Yes, that.
we don't talk about Bruno, okay?
What am I missing?
Oh, no.
Well,
I feel like
Connor, let me tell you what happened.
Oh,
is-
by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the Great Dragonfly incident of 2008 the story will never be told on air, but it
No.
will always be an inside joke, just so y'all know.
It's like I feel like I know this, but at the same time I'm drawing a link. Maybe it's the lack of sleep in the last 36
She's
hours.
going to kill me when we get off air. Just
Do with that.
Oh, I guarantee there's going to be a message on Discord.
You
Probably.
found the-
so no saying rotten peaches, okay? Because no.
So Joe, throughout your journey on TikTok, you have been kind of an inspiration to people, showing people that you are just hot wheeling around doing your thing all the time. And then something happened. Kind of it's a small miracle of since I saw you one day on TikTok dancing.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about?
Well, with EDS, you have to build muscle to support your joints. Your ligaments, your tendons do not support your joints. So for years, I've been slowly just building muscle, building my joints. I managed to get some specialised braces for my knees to help support them. I found a specialist physio that's near me that did a few sessions with me to help, kind of get me started and with what kind of exercise is the best for me to do to start off with. And I just worked at it from there every day. I just pushed myself no matter what. Even if I felt like crap, I got up and I pushed.
Yeah.
And I did what I needed to do to get to where I am.
Well, that was the thing. It surprised me to sit there and actually see you, standing and dancing around and everything. And I was like, holy shit, Joe, did she get cured? And then I talked to you about it and you're like, no, I'm just working out and doing this, that, and the other. And there'll be lives where Joe's live and she's just on one of her little exercise balls or something the whole time or anything like that. I can see that in the chat. I told you that the private chat comes up.
I didn't see anything.
It's coming up on mine.
Yeah, we don't see it anywhere else.
There's a reason why. It's because I'm full screen over here.
Oh.
If I'm not full screen, they see everything. Because I'm full screen, they can see our private chat. It's stupid, and I can't stop it. So I appreciate the whole. You don't see a thing. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on TikTok and you see our private chat, please ignore the
no, they're not.
Anyway, well, Joe,
you-
I'm glad to see that you're doing better, and I hope that we can get a little bit more awareness out there of what you're going through and actually get you to the point where we can, just fundraise and not let you know it until you get it. Have you actually, let me ask you this, because you said it was an expensive procedure with the stem cell deal. How much is it?
Altogether,
You tell me in
including
pounds, I
hospital-
swear to Google.
altogether, including hospital stays and everything else, it's around $150,000.
Oh, that's achievable.
We need
It's
to
not
talk.
That's
cheap.
more than achievable.
Yeah, I want to talk to you. I
Yeah.
want to see if there's anybody at my hospital that actually has done any kind of groundbreaking work with this and anything. See if there isn't some way to connect you with somebody at the
Yeah,
nonprofit.
we're totally ethical out here in America. So.
America.
America, son. So
Yeah, I'm kind of blown away because I didn't know JoJo through the whole thing, but I've seen kind of your videos as gone through your videos and stuff, and I saw that there was a time period where it was wheelchair, you were doing stuff in that, and then hair, no hair, whatever, but I wasn't gonna be. I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like, so what happened, and just poke somebody with that and be like, tell me your whole entire life story. What's going on? But now knowing kind of more of the background, I'm damn impressed.
I don't mind people asking. I'd rather people ask and
Pit Boss time.
You know,
put it in there.
be someone's inspiration to keep going, to keep
Mhm.
fighting,
In
to keep
private
pushing.
or common?
Private.
Than them just kind of look and go.
Right. Well, yeah. I bet. I guess I didn't have that. I didn't know you well enough to then just say something in a comment and basically ask, why are you in a wheelchair in this video and this one you're not? What's going on? Why are you saying you can't walk but I see you dancing?
Yeah, if I don't have my braces on, I can't walk at all because my knees just automatically dislocate as soon as I stand up. But
Run, Forrest,
with my
run.
braces on, I can move around for about 20 minutes now.
Nice.
And then my knees just kind of don't want to support me anymore after that. But I'm working on it.
That's amazing.
I mean, slowly but surely you're getting there.
Slowly.
I mean, it's a little at a time. That's all you can do, especially when it comes to muscle building. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of Teresa's gonna do a little bit of research on her end and see exactly what what I'm gonna do to you every time. I do it every time. I make you take the love. You're gonna take it this time too. Do not to make me call somebody.
No.
Oh yeah, I'll get him involved. I will.
No, you will not get him involved.
Oh, are we speaking about him?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my!
No.
Oh,
He
man.
makes me take the love as well. No.
And by the way, that does show up on TikTok. The private chat.
I'm not
does.
seeing. Yeah, but I'm not seeing it. I'm in there right now,
It shows up.
but I'm not.
You know why
It
you don't
shows up
see it
for
is
you.
because of that little symbol down there that shows you to turn your phone. It blocks it.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't see it until I looked. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, well.
there. So Mira is going to check on everything, and you're just going to have to accept what you get.
Yep.
So,
well, actually, JoJo, really quickly. Since you are on TikTok, what's your TikTok handle?
Jojo Ice Baby.
That's great.
Really?
it's the best fucking TikTok handle out there. I'm telling you.
I got to tell you. So, if you guys are on TikTok and you're not following this lady, do so. Do not waste time. She is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and then also you have your backup too.
There's a backup to
Because
JoJo Ice Baby.
Because I see.
Yeah, it's Jojo _Ice Baby.
Well, your display name is something different though. Like actually
Yeah,
what's displayed.
my display name is Goddess of Mischief.
Oh, I can totally see that being reality.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Just from what I've learned, because this is my first time meeting you and talking to you, and so I didn't know anything. I hadn't even seen a video of yours, and I still haven't actually, to be very honest. But now I'm curious. But I can see Goddess of Mischief completely being legit, just based off of the interaction we had pre-show and now.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
She gets a little spicy. Sometimes
she does, but she's also very stubborn. She's very loving and caring.
She's Irish.
At the same time, she's also one of those people that me and her have had multiple conversations privately, and me and her have come to the agreement that she cannot say no to me. She has to deal with it.
Oh, good. I can just use him to put pressure on you.
Well, if she decides to say no to me, I know who to call, and it's not Ghostbusters.
No,
it's
I mean,
did
you guys hear that JoJo actually has a company now?
No, Mr. Pitt.
You have a company?
What? Hello?
What?
Hello?
Hold on.
That's right, over at JoJoInc.com. If you can order now of the new printing of the bottom of JoJo, that's right, order now. If you order quickly, you'll get yourself an extra bottle of Snoo.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
And this is why we mute Pit Boss every once in a while. So, having said that, now we're going to move on to the next part of this lovely live. Where we talk about a little bit of the Gen X history and memories and stuff like that. We have somewhat of a, what would you say it's called, a time capsule?
What?
Some would call it that.
Nice segue.
Yeah,
wow.
like that.
So what we're going to talk about today, we sat down, we discussed exactly what we want to talk about with you guys, and it is going to be everybody's favorite subject, the news of 1980s news.
The news.
We didn't want to go to the 70s as we were afraid the millennials might get offended.
Right. Now, this is the news before big corporations, big techs, all the things that got a hold of the news and made it all one gigantic unified system. This was where independent news was actual independent news, where people could.
When the news was real, when you couldn't get people saying, "Oh, it's fake news." No, this is when the news was actually broadcasted as it was.
Well, yeah, and you had people like that would actually just tell you the news.
Yes.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
They
didn't go on for another 3 hours when a dissertation and a group conversation about what the new news just happened and why do they think that it happened and who should have done better and what. No, they just came on and said, this happened.
Yeah.
Back to you, Bob.
You mean
Rob in the studio?
Dialogue from Bones about every news clip that we're talking about, right?
Yeah. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring up a few things news-wise for you guys that happened in the 1980s. If you weren't born in the 1980s, well, guess what? You get to learn what it was like back in the 1980s. And if you lived through it like we all did, Joe, I don't know if you did. Yeah, you did. So,
I think she made it.
She did. She did fine.
Okay.
So what we're going to talk about is things that happened in the 1980s. So we all have a little something here and a little something there. There might be something from your own hometown if you guys want to talk about that, or there might be something worldwide that you want to talk about, or just the national news for America, anything like that. So I'll start.
I'm getting there.
You get there.
Yeah,
but
mine's
the very
just a
first
short snippet, so just cut mine short.
Okay. Well, the very first thing that happened in 1980, a gentleman was made president of the United States. He was an actor. He was the first actor to be president of the United States, and that was Ronald Reagan. But trust me, he doesn't remember. So,
and if you go with Robin
know what
Williams,
you're talking about.
he was basically just a Muppet anyway.
Right.
Yes, he was.
There's the man,
yeah.
the legend.
Well, everybody, I just want to say right now, thank you for being here. Right now, we're still trying to find the other half of my brain. Nancy, could you help me out here?
No. There is a heavy metal band that actually has a quote of him in one of their songs.
Really?
Megadeth back in the
There you go, Bomber. I put it in chat.
I don't remember what year it was, but Megadeth on one of their albums actually has an audio clip of him mixed into one of their songs. He's like the closing audio, I think, for it, because he was that iconic, and he was known to be a badass in the chair. Just putting that out there.
Who was?
I mean, he didn't take no garbage from anybody.
He didn't take no garbage from nobody.
Well, he was the president through oh God, what was 1985? The hostage thing. You did not fuck around, and you definitely found out. You didn't know.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
holy crap.
I mean, technically, I mean, we can.
Yeah. So this is actual timeline of everything that happened, all the big news stories that happened in the 80s. So
CNN begins broadcasting.
Ronald Reagan becomes president. CNN begins their broadcasting, and then the Iran-Iraq war started right in 1980. That's how that decade started out.
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
we're still there.
Only in some ways.
I don't know. I mean, I know somebody from the 1980s. JoJo had one. Margaret Thatcher. Not my fault.
Margaret Thatcher taking on a cold day.
I got to tell you, between those two, I don't know. I think they were made for each other. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now we got.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Sandra Day O'Connor was the first woman elected to this Supreme Court.
Yes. We had the first one elected to the Supreme Court. The Iranian hostages were released. AIDS was identified.
That damn monkey.
And then the assassination attempts on Reagan and Pope John Paul II.
Okay, I gotta laugh at this. You guys know about the dinner that Reagan was having after being attempted, the assassination, where it sounded like gunfire was happening, and he popped up with, well, I gotta tell you guys right now, first of all, you missed me. And then he kept going.
Yeah,
like,
Reagan had a sense of humor, though. He really did.
A video clip of that on YouTube.
There probably is. Then we had, what else we have in the 80s? That was in 81. Now, you guys got to understand, in 81, and I've seen something about this, and this is when AIDS was identified. In 1980, people were getting sick, and nobody knew why.
Yeah.
And then in 81, they finally identified what it was that was making people sick. And we've been fighting that since. Now, here's a funny thing that I saw that kind of weirded me out a little bit. Everybody knows who Magic Johnson is.
Mm-hmm.
Famous basketball player, played for the Lakers. Really cool dude. Did a lot of things in sports.
But he got around.
And he got around. But Magic Johnson also contracted HIV and AIDS. The other day, I'm looking online, and what do I see? Magic Johnson is giving blood. He's donating blood.
Oh, yeah.
So that man apparently paid enough to find the fucking cure for AIDS. I think either that or people forgot about it. But the caption of it was, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, no, thank you. Hopefully, I don't need blood anytime soon, or I don't have his blood type.
What should be the universal donor?
Jeez,
that is legit a CNC Music Factory thing. Things that make you go,
And I saw that and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I'll pass. Thanks.
Right.
I'm going to schedule that surgery for next year now.
Or never. That's good too. Never works for me.
I don't need a transfusion.
Now, Joe, out there where you're at, you told me that there was a lot of, like, in the 80s, there was a lot of IRA bombings and stuff like that out there.
Oh yeah, the IRA was big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going
Big
crazy
one,
back in the
yeah.
80s. They were something else in the 80s and 90s. IRA was just off their rocker, but I really
they
can't
were.
talk too
Protestants.
much about that.
They were.
Ireland's hotbed for it.
No, but that is what it is. So then we had Equal Rights Amendment fails ratification, and the Falklands War. I don't know what the
Falklands.
Falklands.
Falklands
War.
What year were you born, dude?
Let's see.
Okay.
My bad.
Well, first of all,
I was born in
Falklands.
1979. So I was, when all this was going on, I was actually young and watching this go through. I grew up with all this stuff, everything.
why is Flipper off? Why is the president on every channel?
But I do remember this one right here. Sally Ride, first woman, U.S. woman astronaut. I remember that.
We watched
Yes.
that in elementary school on the TV. They would roll it on the cart.
Right.
I was so scared of that TV falling down.
But you know what the thing
TV
was,
with a
though?
VCR player.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know the thing, though, you roll a TV into a room now, like if they literally ever did that, because every room probably has a TV in it, the flat screen. But if they roll a TV into the room now, it's not like back in the day, those big box TVs had that center weight mass to them, so it would never fall over.
Right.
Now these like hit a bump and they'll fall over because the flat screens.
Well, and then they had, I mean, they had those metal carts that that they had them on, and then it was ratchet strapped to those metal carts.
True.
And every one of those
And-
little carts had a janky fucking wheel on it. Every
Oh,
single
hold on. Or the,
As you're rolling it down
two.
the hallway, and you hear,
VCRs.
and you're like, ah.
down that
Yeah.
horrible.
Or the two VCRs, one would work and one wouldn't, and nobody would take the one that didn't work off.
Listen, when they rolled that sumbitch into the classroom, I knew for a fact that we were watching. We were either watching a movie or we were watching like the news or something.
Right. It was going to be a good day.
Yeah, but
It was gonna be a good day.
now they roll that sumbitch in. They don't even roll it in there. They just turn the TV on and play whatever they're gonna play. But dude, the best thing was what was it? English class. They played the Scarlet Letter,
Oh, good
Yeah.
one.
and it was the Scarlet Letter. It was the one that was the old Scarlet Letter with the lady with the really light blue eyes and stuff that like freaked you the fuck out.
Mhm.
And they played that, and then I can't remember all the stuff that we watched, but it was just like we had to do a book report on the Scarlet Letter, and they played that. And dude, that woman's eyes freaked me the fuck out every time.
Why am I
Did you
not
see this comment?
shocked?
Oh my God, I knew that comment was going to come up.
No,
See, mine was Reading Rainbow. The teacher would put it on the TV, and it had to plug in the cord, the
Right.
cable to the
Yeah.
thing, and all of a sudden they just fire it up, and all of a sudden you could just hear loud music for just like a split second.
Right.
Reading Rainbow. It's like, oh my God.
He
Right.
just brought up a really good one. She says, I was watching the Challenger disaster on the rolling into the room TVs. I think I was in the 3rd grade. I remember.
Yeah, that's how I remember it happening, because I remember us all watching it, because that was going to be, she was a teacher. She was going to space. So every school in this country had that on.
Mm-hmm.
And every single
Saw
student
that disaster.
watched it explode live on TV.
Yep.
I
And,
mean, I think it was the
Go ahead.
only time that all the nation, the whole nation, was watching that. It was the only time that we were all watching just that thing.
Yeah.
right.
Right.
And when that happened, I mean, that was like a kick
That
in the
was-
Johnson.
But that was being televised internationally on top of it. That wasn't just
Yeah.
us. I mean, that was
Right.
the whole world watching this monumental moment. And then to watch this thing explode, which, by the way, leads me to a topic we should have for our conspiracy theories the next time we do it, because there is one about that particular incident.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
we can do that, and I'm good with that.
So
Well,
to kind of go back a little bit, back when I was, this was later, but when I was in high school, we had a TV productions class, and I was in that, and there again,
No.
right, and but of course we had VCRs everywhere connected to all these different TVs for editing and viewing stuff, and then
Yeah.
when the teacher was out, he would have the substitute put on a video for us. Well, all of the remotes worked all of the TVs and all of the VCRs. So what we would do is one of us would grab one of the extra ones and sit there and like start rewinding it while it's playing, or fast forward it, or pause it, or shut the TV off. The substitute teacher did not sit down for about like a total of 5 minutes. She was sitting down anytime that she would do this, because we'd wait till she sat down and then just pause it while we're watching it for the class, or stop it, or then rewind it, or then put it on, because these were like high-tech VCRs where you could actually do like halftime. So it would like we would just continually, anytime, and then any other classes that I had a study hall in, I was in there because I would be editing or whatever.
Yeah.
So of course, for other classes that are in there doing stuff, I'm sitting up at the desk with the remote going, just messing with other classes. And this poor teacher, she'd like, what is happening in this room? It was good times.
Good times. So, yeah, let's keep on going down. Oh my God.
The Macintosh.
The Macintosh computer, ladies and gentlemen. The green lettered computer.
The
Right.
Apple IIe. I remember that.
I remember having Mac classes in school where you'd have to sit there and you'd make a square. You'd have to put coordinates in and then make a square. Or then you do something else and it makes like a Mandela thing. The little turtle.
Or my favorite is that you're trying to boot it up. You got to go C / semicolon run when / E equals MC squared.
The Insider Trading Sanctions Act, that didn't age well.
No, that didn't do well. No.
I'm sorry, was that out loud? Oh my God.
Let's see what else we got here.
Lots of fun stuff.
Oh,
Gorbachev.
The hell is that?
That's
What?
Gorbachev.
Well, I know it's Inkblot forehead guy. But it says Mikhail Gorbachev institutes glasnost and something in the U.S.
Whatever.
I have no idea.
You realize I'm German, Russian, and Irish, right? So
okay. So what do those mean, there, Russian lady?
I remember when it happened. I don't remember the details. I was young. I was like 13.
Yeah. No. Nobody. We were young. We didn't care about the news back then.
No. I mean, something big happened, and something big would happen. You'd hear your parents kind of talking about it, but not really pay attention.
I was one of those kids that did. I really dug the news class because I was really big into journalism back then. So for me, that was a thing.
Keep scrolling down.
I gotta tell you,
when was the Chernobyl? Was that
Keep scrolling down, Bomber?
Okay.
Yeah, go down there. It's when we glow in the dark.
Yeah, there we go.
96.
Yeah.
Does everybody remember watching the Challenger explode?
Well, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That was the teacher.
Everybody remembers that shit and all that jazz. And then, of course, you have the Chernobyl nuclear incident, which basically that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was the same year, 86.
Yeah, the 86 was the year of explosions.
One of the worst.
Agreed.
One of the worst jokes that I ever heard. It probably still holds today. I mean, it's a dark humor joke. It's, what does NASA stand for?
What?
Need another 7 astronauts.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Some kid said that in like elementary school, like 2 days after that. happened, and I was like,
wow.
Well, we were Gen X, definitely.
Now, I'm going to take you guys. I'm gonna actually tell you guys something. If you actually look at this website and look what it's about, okay, it just tells you the history of everything that went on news-wise and pretty much political-wise when it comes down to it. Now, how many bills are passed, or how many bills are even discussed a year now in Congress?
Not even 4.
Far more than I hear about.
well, that you know about, like,
That you know about, but we're talking about the public bills that they pass, right?
yeah,
They're always fighting about something, and fighting happens all the time. But if you actually look at this, you can see the proposed tax on municipal bond interest, Tax Reform Act, investigation of pyramid schemes, E.F. Hutton settlement. There's just so many different, one share, one vote. I mean, there's so many things that were dealt with, like actually dealt with back then compared to now. Now
the government actually, I think in the 80s, the government actually worked.
Yeah, they did.
More. Like,
Yeah.
did work.
No, they did.
They actually sat and talked and did things, and now it's just a lot of infighting and finger pointing and, well, I'm a Republican, and okay, whatever.
Social media call outs, news call outs are really bad right now. But
I mean, technically speaking, the senators actually worked for their paycheck.
yeah,
right.
now if you see this next one, the next big thing that happened was the Iran Contra hearings.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those. I fucking remember those, man.
Ollie North.
Everybody was talking about those. Like and anybody and everybody that watched any kind of news or was having small talk at a table, this normally came up.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
It was weird.
But I remember those. The financial market, the October market break, that was, when the market dropped by 22.6.
Oh, yeah.
That was a thing back in the 80s.
People, like,
They were big. They
shit
were
their
big on
pants.
that. They thought we were actually doing They actually thought we were going to go right back into literally that major recession where money was worth nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we
you're
almost
gonna
did.
love this next one, Bomber.
But then, what are we in now?
We're still in the 80s.
Oh, God.
1988. Now,
Yeah.
I want you to read something on here, guys. George H.W. Bush elected president. What's right underneath that?
Global warming warning. And we're still to this day going, it doesn't happen.
Don't forget about the terrorist boom boom with a plane over Lockerbie.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that, but there's more important to understand that that's the downfall of man started in 1988.
Right.
Okay.
We started getting warmer from that point on.
Quick question, JoJo. Do you remember hearing about the plane over Lockerbie?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of figured because that was definitely newsworthy in that area.
Oh yes. It was.
Where were you at that time?
Where was what?
Where were you?
Where were you at the time of the Lockerbie?
Where was I?
Yes, where were you?
I didn't hear about it at the time. It was a bit later on because I was unborn in 85.
Oh, well, this is amazing.
You weren't paying attention to a plane at 3 years old?
Well, you
No,
figured that all the moms and dads and stuff would be talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah,
She
everyone was.
she
It
couldn't
was.
remember that.
It was
she was
always
still
on
on
the
that clock.
news and everything else. We didn't have much of anything else to watch. That was about it.
Ooh, I remember 89 hardcore. I remember 89.
Oh,
Now,
Exxon
this
Valdez.
is a huge moment. In 89, these were huge moments in the history of the world because of certain things that happened. Number one, of course, the Exxon Valdez ruptures, and that was a huge deal in the news. People were scooping up dead animals and washing animals and doing all kinds of stuff. It was a huge thing.
Dawn Soap contributed something like $2 billion to that effort. Whatever company.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Don got rid of all that fucking oil.
Yeah, that's what they were watching.
Hey.
Yeah, they were watching all the animals with Dawn soap, and that.
Let's be smart about this. They made a lot of money off that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%, no doubt. But they also did a really good thing.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That was also a tax write-off, so of course it was a really good thing.
Now we also have Tiananmen Square.
That image, that one iconic image of all those tanks and that one person, I think it was a woman, standing there. I was just floored. This was my fall of 89 or beginning of 89. I was at the end of my sophomore year, end of my junior year, coming into my senior year. This was huge in my government class. This was like the highlight of my government class.
Yeah.
That's 12.
And what else was it topped off by?
The Berlin Wall. And because I'm German, that was a huge thing. And everybody kept looking at me. And I'm like, I wasn't there.
My people are together.
No. The best thing was Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff was singing for us. Hasselhoff. Utter Schweine.
Look at everybody put their hands together. Hasselhoff. But the Berlin Wall fell, and that was a huge deal in the news. People watching that. I remember looking at that on the news, watching people beat the crap out of that wall with hammers and sledgehammers and jackhammers and picks and their own fists, trying to break that wall down.
But remember, the other side of that is you see the violence, the physical violence, but then you see family members being reunited who hadn't seen each other in decades. Cousins, brothers. I mean, brothers that were literally separated because one parent was here and one parent was there, and that was it.
Yeah, and that was the thing about it was they brought a bunch of people together and made it to where people could see each other again. It was one of those deals where it was just a huge kind of. There it is. Oh, no, it's Hasselhoff.
The Hoff. Oh, the Hasselhoff.
Look at that jacket.
Why does he not have his life buoy and stuff running? I'll save you.
Where's Kid?
Down the beach with wind.
Oh, that's just a horrible video.
It really
it is.
All around.
Point. He still sucks. It's fine.
Right.
Hey, listen, Hasselhoff was a hero to them. So
Right.
Oh, that's right. Nothing like Hasselhoff.
nothing like that.
Hero in Christmas lights.
Yeah, true that. I mean, I'm still wondering where Kid is at that point. Somebody's doing a joyride with him around Germany at that point.
Now, don't forget, behind the scenes of this Berlin Wall falling down, there was a lot of spy work going on.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Right.
Between Russians and Americans was the main thing. And then, of course, when the wall came down, that was pretty much the end of the Cold War.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we won.
Nobody was at war. It was just the Cold War means they're not fighting. They're just acting like they're going to. The Cold War was basically fought in the shadows between spies and military in the shadows. We never saw a lick of anything about that.
Well, the only real thing that we actually saw was on, national news when Mr. Reagan, where he said, "Go take down this wall."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah, but look at the last thing on there. No.
Yeah.
On that picture, but
Oh yeah.
World Wide Web.
World Wide Web server and browser. The downfall of social interaction began in 1989.
Yep.
Well, there goes the
It
newspaper.
became very pertinent until about 2010. Definitely became a issue in 2020, and now everybody has what we love to call social anxiety.
Right. I mean,
that's why we're not all in the same room right now. I love you guys, but I don't want you near me.
Here's the kicker, though, is that if it wouldn't have been for the World Wide Web, COVID would have had such a massively increase negative impact because you wouldn't have the social networking. You wouldn't have had people being able to feel connected still to other people if it didn't exist. Everybody would have been shut-ins. Imagine the anxiety and the depression.
Bro, it would have been the Underground Railroad at that time.
Oh, but you get what I'm saying though. I mean, like
Right.
the people that struggled through COVID anyway, even with social networking, imagine if you wouldn't have had that and the compounding that you would have gotten with all of these horrible things that people acquired because of having to be shut in. Thank God for the internet. That's all I'm gonna say.
What's the? Oh, damn it! I'm gonna have to think of the movie. There's a movie with Mark Wahlberg in it. It was years ago. It was like called like The Mist or something like that, where people just started just killing themselves.
Oh,
And there's
the movies in Hollywood.
Was it The Mist? Like
no, it
wasn't The Mist.
It wasn't
or some shit.
It was something to do with the
Mark
trees,
Wahlberg?
wasn't it, and the plants and.
Yeah, but wasn't Mark Wahlberg, wasn't he the one in that one?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name of it now.
And somebody
The Happening.
The Happening.
The Happening.
Yeah.
It was said that like 3 times.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, well, what's happening?
What?
What I was, for whatever reason, there's a scene towards the beginning of that movie where like people are just diving out of windows.
Yeah.
From like office buildings.
Yeah.
That's what it would have been like if we went through COVID without the internet. People would have just been like,
maybe.
But,
I think honestly,
I mean, there's a
if
lot
we
of
didn't have internet during COVID. The mail system would be working a lot harder because people would be writing letters. The phone companies would be going crazy because people would be talking on the phone all the time. And then people wouldn't even give a shit. They would just say, screw this. And they would go visit whoever and do whatever they wanted because they have the option to see that person. So they would get fed up enough to leave and just go.
Don't forget about your local newspaper. That'd still be around.
Right.
That is true. That is true.
There again, twice in one episode. My father worked for the Cleveland Plain Dealer. And I mean,
I'm writing this down.
And
can you make another intro deal that just says Bomber shares his trauma?
The bomber trauma.
Bomber trauma. I love that. But yeah, he worked for it was the largest newspaper, like pretty much the Northeast Ohio was the Plain Dealer, and like it's even in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
So your dad was pretty much Spider-Man's arch rival.
He was just a sweet transvestite.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So now that we're getting canceled, ladies and gentlemen, it was great to see you.
I was so close to making a comment.
That's why I didn't think it to stop you from doing it.
You guys, I got another conspiracy theory on that too for the internet.
Save it. Save it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that when we do that.
I love this.
Now, Bomber, I gave you a link that talks about news stuff, and we were talking about news of the 80s. Personally, for me, I found a local one. So May 13th of 1980, a major tornado hit the town that I live in.
NTM.
Destroyed. So it destroyed so much of downtown, and the pictures of the devastation are just crazy. It was that MLive link.
Yep, I'm getting it.
And I don't care if the town name comes up because, you know, people want to find me bad enough, they'll find me.
That's where Toto went off to, right?
Right. Toto landed here. It's fine.
Okay. As long as Toto's good.
So this tornado, I was
Really
7 years old, and this tornado rocked downtown. If you scroll through some of these, there's some that shows some of the overhead. Like this is a major area downtown, massive destruction. Gilmore's was a big department store here in Kalamazoo. It had its own building. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 stories. There's one picture that it shows where it shears off the entire backside of the building.
Hi, we're calling about your insurance on your car.
Right?
Sorry.
It was horrific. I mean,
this would be one of us.
You know it. You know for a fact we put something like that on our house.
Oh yeah. Like in this picture to me, that was heartwarming. And this also went through it went through Van Buren County, which is the county west of us, did a lot of destruction over in the Paw Paw area. And then it went right through the heart of downtown Kalamazoo. And if you scroll down a little bit further, there's that's part of the St. Augustine's Catholic school and parochial building. Absolute destruction.
I call that karma.
Right. Before those stories, keep going. There's one that shows. So this actually is kind of important. So this is Bronson Park. This is right in downtown Kalamazoo. The building in the lower left corner of the picture is one of our courthouse buildings, and there's a couple of churches and things like that. But this area had trees that were hundreds and hundreds of years old, huge, and this is what happened after. And then this is a cemetery, took a ton of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But it left the bodies.
Well,
Movie.
they didn't get up. That's for sure. Keep going.
Now, for those who don't know, that's where the famous song "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" was made. After they all went to the sky.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, this Mormon church took a lot of damage. Keep going. There's a couple other ones in here that are really. Keep going.
Me.
So this is one of the main streets. Go back up a little bit. This is one of the main drags that goes right into the heart of downtown. There's a hotel a little bit further back. The hospital I work for is not far from here, but it was literally just people walking everywhere because you couldn't get. It was horrible.
Is that a one-way?
Yeah, going the other direction.
Or another.
The people are coming the wrong way up the road. That is a one-way though.
One way.
Okay.
Or another.
Or
yes.
another.
Yeah.
It's gonna find you. It's gonna get you. No.
No, there's one that shows the back of the Gil. That's a farm out in Paw Paw that took some. This next one. This is the back of the Gilmore's building. It sheared off the entire side.
Wow.
Well, that's where the Gilmore Girls came from.
That was coming.
Tornado.
Gxs family to bring up a fucking musical. It's some kind of music.
Three people pulled out of that rubble. Two of them passed away. But yeah, I mean, this was like the story of the 80s in the Kalamazoo area. It was.
I mean, and that's impressive. The fact that you can bend that piece of metal. I mean, that piece of metal for that hood could make I don't know 3 or 4 Teslas now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like the whole Tesla truck.
Right.
Hey, listen. Elon Musk's little Cybertruck that he made. I know how ugly that truck is, but I would buy one.
You would.
No, there's a reason. They literally shot this truck up with guns, and it did nothing. It just dented in the doors. That's about it. They didn't go through. Joe Rogan, Bomber's favorite podcaster.
Stop it.
Joe, hey Joe, what's going on?
Joe, we love you. Everybody loves you except for Bomber. And no, Joe had Elon on his show and asked Elon if he could shoot the truck with an arrow. And Elon told him, yeah, go ahead. It was his own personal truck. Joe shoots it with a compound bow. I don't know what the pounds were on the bow, but it was heavy. He was probably about 10 yards away from the truck, and it literally just shattered the arrowhead and just barely scratched the truck. I mean, you do that on any other car nowadays, and it'll go right through the door.
Right.
True.
But his is just like ping, and that was it.
The irony of the picture right there, that's a fan company.
Fan company. I just read that.
That's a fan company?
Yeah.
Talk about a blowout sale.
Damn it. Oh, God.
Everything must go.
Yeah, literally. Things are flying off the shelves.
You catch one of our salesmen, maybe you get a discount.
Okay.
That was my big story that I wanted to share is the 1980, and it was just chaos.
Hold on. Go back up.
Hey, Jenna.
Go back up to the office. Look at those fucking computers.
I know.
Oh my God.
Look at the typewriter off to the left.
Those are all IBMs, if you can believe it. That's all IBM.
Those are all
Hey,
IBM.
I would love to have a futuristic computer set up like that. Like the old school ones. That would be super cool. like had the old school monitor, but it's an actual good monitor, like the nostalgic look to it would be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I would love to have a whole setup like that.
I'll keep my flat screens, thanks.
Oh, you can keep them on there. I'm a nostalgic nut when it comes down to that. I would just take that screen and make it bigger, is what it is, and just make it look cool as shit.
You're gonna glow in the dark. You know that, right?
Yeah. You turn it on, the rest of the house goes.
So true.
It already does that now.
Floppy disks for me.
Oh, right.
Oh, God.
Did you say floppy disks or floppy
Disc.
Okay.
Well, you had the 5 1/4 floppies, the actual literal floppy disks.
5 1/4.
Then the 5 1/4.
That was the average floppy disk back then.
They said that's the average size.
I expect this from Bomber. I'm just going to let this be known. I expect this from Bomber and not Pit Boss. And it just.
Hey, Bomber, I'm just curious. How big a round was that hole in the center of the 5 1/4? I figured you'd know.
Yeah, you know.
And
what are you doing, Dave?
Try to figure out if it would.
Dave,
Maybe.
what are you doing, Dave? Dave.
Oh, yeah.
You're wrong, Dave.
So we've talked about JoJo's journey.
Dave.
We've talked about news stories of the 80s. Now it's time to talk about something else.
And it's not Bomber.
And it's not Bomber.
And it's not Bones.
No.
And it's not Pitty or JoJo or me.
No.
It's...
I don't fucking know. What is it?
I don't know.
Bloopers.
What?
Oh, bloopers.
Yeah, we can do the bloopers.
Okay.
Wow.
No, we are talking
for those of you just listening, if you are, we're live on certain things and doing it with video as well. So if you want to watch those bloopers, you can. You can find that on YouTube, on the Gxs YouTube page, and anywhere YouTube is sold.
So, Bones, I'm just curious. Are you an actual walking, talking, living blooper of the 80s?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I was right.
Yes.
Hey, Pitty, you owe me $10. I was right.
God dang it. Bones, you should have said no.
Hey, listen, I had a bowl haircut and I was a towhead blonde back in the 80s, okay? My mom decided, hey, I'm gonna put the bowl on your head and actually cut your fucking hair.
All right, son of Captain Kangaroo.
Right. I had one at some point.
Listen, the difference between me and you is I'm not as tall as a kangaroo, okay?
But he still has a full head of hair.
But
No, that's fine. You can have that. I don't care.
Once a week. Squidward.
He has a full head of hair, yet he wears a hat all the friggin' time.
Okay, Squidward.
Oh my God! What? Oh, what am I, Patrick?
Anyway,
No, there was that episode of SpongeBob where they polished Squidward's head. See, JoJo gets it.
I tried not to ever watch that show.
So we're going to go through some bloopers with you guys, kind of some reactional videos, maybe, depending on where Bomber's sitting. But the most of the, I know where you're sitting. I'm talking about are you ready?
Yeah.
Easy, Sandy.
We're waiting on you. I keep trying to transition into it, and you're not.
Just take over, Bomber. Just take over.
Just there it goes. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I had that pulled up already, so I don't have to use it.
The hair is just the best. And the fact that there's Louisiana State Police Troop B right behind her, this is going to be phenomenal.
Louisiana.
Let me know if volume wise, okay? Give me a once I started playing it.
Oh, yeah, hit play.
I know.
The teacher's first job will not be in the classroom. It'll be in the police station.
Well, that's just fine. What am I?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What?
That, ladies and gentlemen, that was the introduction to the first pair of vibrating panties.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, honey, look, it's remote control. Click. No.
No, that's when they were still plugging him into the cigarette lighter.
I thought maybe her water broke or something.
Some guys in the news van going, what is this supposed to be
What the hell happened? Like this one. Oh shit. Oh wow, nice umbrella.
This
I supposed to do about it standing here?
Hector and his natural parents are leaving
Wait.
February.
That's fine. What am
Be in the classroom. It'll be in the police station.
Well, that's just fine. What am I supposed to do about it standing here?
Hector and his natural parents are leaving February 15th for a tour of duty with the military in Germanary.
German? What? Wait a minute. Germanary?
Germanary. Wow.
I have to look that up. I've never.
See, here's the worst part about the news back then.
Country.
The worst part about the news back then is if they were alive, they
There was
didn't
nothing
have
they
that
could do.
delay
No.
that we
There
have
was-
now.
No, there was no delay.
There's not a delay now.
Oh no, there's a delay now.
There's still
There's
somewhat of a
30
delay.
second delay.
There's yeah.
They
But
have to
a lot
have
of times.
They learn from the mistakes. They have to have it because people coming up and just doing stupid stuff or cussing or something like that.
Yeah, coming up right behind him and like, well, the guys that used to do it for the Howard Stern show would
Oh, yeah.
run by and go Baba Booey, you know.
What about the guy that would do the whole, touch her in the hoo 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 hoo?
Right? Yeah,
Grab her by the
I'm
what?
trying to not get myself.
How?
grab her by the
Grab her by
warm.
the
Yeah, grab her by the Ugh.
Bowling ball?
bowling ball.
I mean, it's still valid.
Bomber hit play.
Anyway,
Police are still looking for the suspects. A woman described as about 35 feet tall.
Amanda.
big bitch.
I'm sorry. Amira, what were you doing there?
That's when we need that audio. That's a
Mhm.
big bitch.
Oh god, look at the horse in the background. Just look at the horse in the background. You know it's got to have to do something with that.
Left
Please.
us on her-
Satellite News Channel, Washington.
Look at the Left Honor Stallions. Do you not remember those performing all around the country?
Oh yeah.
Just walk good.
Amanda Davis, Satellite News Channel, Washington.
All right. Just to point this out, that's what we call a drive-by poofing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first crop dusting of the 80s.
There we go.
It was by a horse.
Crop dusting.
Oh god.
In
That's
all
where
the
every
confusion, police answered 40 false burglar alarms.
Speaking of, that's a great segue.
40 farts.
A lady called the police.
That's a lot
on
of
Thursday
spells.
for 40 farts.
But and the way that she says burglary. Listen, it just
In all the confusion, police answered 40 false burglar alarms set off by the wind.
They say plastic won't corrode the way metal does, which reduces the risk of a gas leak.
What happened there?
Bird shit on her head?
no. I think she's like trying to imitate like an explosion happening.
Rewind.
I think.
I don't buy
Burglar
that.
alarms set off by the wind. Jim?
They say plastic won't corrode the way metal does, which reduces the risk of a gas leak.
Something hit her.
I don't know.
I somehow had to either hit her or whatever.
Or
I don't think
there
it
was
was
a
hit her because
plane
she
that
was
flew
like literally
by.
holding the top of her hair. She wasn't holding her head.
No.
There was a plane flying by. It was probably the first bombing.
How much time?
Oh, all the time in the world.
was it just me, or was she not wearing a bra?
Probably not.
Let's
Did it
rewind.
feel
Let's rewind, Billy. We're really good at this.
Yeah.
Leak.
Do you know the amount of times
How
I've
much
done that
time?
in my wheelchair? Not put the brakes on and gone to sit in and it's like
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
She does.
The bras of
She
the
does.
1980s were not flattering.
No, they were
No.
garbage. Absolute garbage.
Yeah.
all the time in the world. Well,
Oh
I'm
my
just-
gosh, that is.
I mean, it had the
funniest thing ever.
purity of the sound of the fall was
Right.
magical.
Right.
That should be a TikTok audio.
Right. It had the, it had all the element.
Bones is
if
gonna
that's the woman, you tell her to shut up.
bring it up.
That could be
Keep
a
it.
TikTok. That could be
Dude,
a TikTok
he's
audio.
what is his name?
Yeah.
He's
It's fucking
Yeah.
Walter Cronkite. I don't know.
No,
I
that is
think
not.
so.
Walter.
No.
Who is that?
Oh my god, I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
But I know.
He's definitely.
We don't have the clothes yet. I haven't written the clothes yet, mothers.
A few years ago, one boy actually.
Yes.
That's your own fault. You don't.
Clothes yet. I haven't written the clothes yet, mothers.
A few years ago, one boy.
At this moment.
All right.
How can you be the cameraman and not sit there and say, "Watch out"?
Right.
Like you were got your eyeballs so focused on that damn camera right now.
Boy.
It's all about the jacket.
And the hair is still standing.
That's Aquanet.
Peaches,
Yeah,
that is
Dan
not.
Rathers. Yeah, that's right. Dan Rathers.
No, that is
was
not
Dan.
Dan Rather.
No,
Are
it
you
is
sure?
No.
No.
Oh my god, that's gonna bug me.
Actually.
See, the hair's still standing.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Aquanet.
That is the power of
Yeah.
Aquanet.
Children Catholic, put it for Channel 3. Eyewitness News. From top out of Washington.
He's still trying to do his thing.
Wait a minute. Did he say Washington?
That reminds me of the guy from the Weather Channel that goes out and does this shit now, like the last 10 years.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah, he's out there in the freaking hurricane.
Do you have
That's-
Channel 3 on Washington?
No, that must be Washington, D.C.
Let's see what he has to say.
Children Catholic, put it for Channel 3. Eyewitness News. From top out of Washington.
Oh, Mount Washington.
Plenty of sinkholes, but they're not. Wait, guys, hold on a minute here. Hey, Tony, Richard.
Hurricane Dan.
Okay, he was just squatting. You can tell he was just squatting.
Yeah, you
No, he was sinking.
Plenty of sinkholes, but they're not. Wait, guys, hold on a minute here. Hey, Tony,
Get your hands out of your pocket and get out of there.
Hurricane Danny. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that along the coast of Texas and Louisiana. Hurricane Danny.
Well, Sloan Brown has you can see her in the background. She unfortunately is on crutches tonight, so she is.
He's losing his shit.
Sloan Brown fell down.
Michelle Brown fell down.
Michelle Brown fell down.
Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. This one, I will let it play through first. I'm going to let it play through first, and then we will talk.
Part is also unusual in that people can't seem to resist touching it. It's cold and wet and surprisingly smooth.
I can.
Well, Nathan, she is giving
Excuse
that
me for a
like
minute.
hand job.
Yes.
What in the world was that? Anyway,
in TikTok, Tommy's like, Dr. Tommy's like, I'd call her back.
Dr. Tommy.
Oh, God.
And fell down.
This art is also unusual in that people can't seem to resist touching it. It's cold and wet and surprisingly smooth.
It's cold and wet, and she's staring
The
at it.
sad part, she's staring at that motherfucker like, turn the camera off.
Or just keep it on.
Achievement
Starting my
unlocked.
other career.
That's all that is an achievement unlocked moment.
There was no shame there.
No.
She was showing off her skills.
Why does this dude look like he's in pain?
I can assure you, I won't be watching daytime television. Bill Plant, CBS News, the White House. That's it. No more.
Well, he's a little feisty.
Wow.
Little angers there.
Oh, check it out.
Sweetwater police say they welcome some of the panel's recommendations, but money would be a key factor as to whether or not they'll be implemented. But one thing money can't buy is your mama. She's...
Well, that depends. Is she on the corner tonight, or is she off?
Dude. Dude, one thing money can buy is your mama.
It's for free, and everybody knows it.
And Beckley.
And
But
everybody
one thing
knows
money
it.
can't buy is your mama. She's for free, and everybody knows it.
And Beckley.
Here's the worst part. Give me a 5-second go back on that real quick.
Huh?
Give me a 5-second go back on that there.
Please say they welcome some of the panels.
Go ahead and pause it. Now, do you guys see this guy's hair pattern?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my hair pattern right now. No bullshit. That
glad you
the
said
bone on the sides and the patch right here, and then the full head in the back. I would have that ugly 80s soul patch forehead hair pattern to this day.
The tuft.
Yes. This is why you shave your head, people.
Tommy. And the
Tommy,
TikTok that's my ball pattern.
Right.
You have that comb over her.
I'm sorry, this just makes my whole day.
God dang it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're all welcome. I love each and every one of you for my.
We love you, Bones.
This is the exact, it's either that or you get the Frasier haircut, one or the other.
Oh,
Is that an island Well, you gotta understand though, back in the 80s, male pattern baldness wasn't that big of a deal. You just went bald in spots.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kept on either combing it over or just making your hair. Nobody thought, oh, I'm just shave my head. No.
She's gone. She's done.
She's gonna lose a spleen.
the bones comb over.
Shave everything and just grow that part out right there.
Oh God.
Just the tuft.
Just have this long,
the reverse rat tail.
Yeah,
from out of the front to the back.
Put it in a little ponytail, stick them straight up.
Just do a top knot right here and just have it go back, a little mohawk. You're welcome, everybody.
Dude, if you
Tommy said I'd let him babysit. No, Tommy. No.
Not a douche donut on your forehead. I will.
I'm sure glad I gave you guys this entertainment today. Kiss my ass.
I love you, bro. You know that. Come on now.
All right, let's
be a unicorn.
Speaking of, we Misfits Rehab, we got a wild animal unicorn that's got a boo-boo. Should we take it into you to get fixed or what?
Oh my God, you did well in some Aquanet hairspray and dye it rainbow colors.
Oh my God.
Ladies
I
and
will just say this. This is why you see so many men.
You could be the first sighting of an on-ground narwhal.
God dang it.
You just grow a little patch out and spike it up.
Yeah.
Now, this right here is the reason why men nowadays shave their heads and grow out beards, is because we don't want to look like the chomo right here. This dude is on a list somewhere, and you know he is.
He looks related to Putin.
Oh God, that was
this guy looks related to Putin.
Wow. Let's hit play. We're getting into Putin talk.
Recommendations, but money would be a key factor as to whether or not they'll be implemented. But one thing money can't buy is your mama. She's for free, and everybody knows it.
I am grabbing that audio after the show.
Please,
dude,
please.
It is so TikTok. It is so
I'm
TikTok.
grabbing that. I'm screen grabbing that.
Grab that clip of audio or that video so that Bones can use it.
I love it. I'll put on a coat and everything, do it like the news.
Beckley, the temperature is.
You got this.
Beckley.
Are you mean that back then that whole wall wasn't that color?
No. No, that's whenever they literally
had a
back
green
then,
wall.
What we saw is this, right? And what they had up wasn't even a green screen. It was just a blank canvas behind them.
Well, we at the TV studio that we actually had a green wall.
Yeah, but what year was that?
95, 94.
They had to have green because for the projection and for her to be cut out to walk through, they had to have something on the back. It was usually green.
Yeah, they would use a color that's not normally used, so they can, because it's what it's called is it's actually called back from video toaster, which
well,
goes
listen,
way back.
All I can say is Beckley was moist.
Yes, it was. But it was called chroma keying. You were basically keying out a whole color. So if you wore a color that was close to that, you disappeared too.
Like Brick Tamlin, on.
I like what Kim said about that guy. He looks like a 80s serial killer.
Right.
That reminds me of the Green River Killer.
I said he's on the list somewhere.
58 degrees.
Several agencies are involved in yet another federal probe tonight. Janice Schroeder report the
Did he just say Schroeder?
Janet Gross has a report.
What did he say?
What the fuck?
He was giggling too hard.
Federal probe tonight. Janice Schroeder report the
Janice Schroeder report.
He said Schroeder.
It makes me think somebody tonguing his taint or something for him to get
Schroeder boating. I just came up with a new thing. Schroeder boat.
Schroeder boat.
I gotta write that down.
He's gonna write it down.
Is this
gonna live in infamy on the internet
Is
forever.
that a brother to scrota boating?
Wait, is this like that moment in the movie that whole news clip where he's making fun of him? Oh God!
I mean, you got to use your tongue that way to motorboat correctly.
No, not Evan Almighty, but like the one before that had Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah.
where he played God. Hey, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he would just sit there and just like, and then he would start doing it on. Yeah.
That's what made
Yeah,
me
Bruce Almighty.
I apologize. Janet Gross has a report.
It's a fringe benefit.
This is the whole fringe benefit, so enjoy. Well, this is good. I hope there's more upstairs.
Won't be after you get there.
You just called him a fat ass.
No, he did not. I didn't hear that.
Not after you got there.
Enjoy. Well, this is good. I hope there's more upstairs.
Won't be after you get there.
See, there won't be after you get there.
I mean, he did technically give. He definitely did give the guy, the older guy, a little bit of a dig right before that. So it was kind of a slapback.
Yeah, look at him.
You got your mic on?
I've got my mic on.
Tell me about the weather.
Oh,
We got a good weekend? We're on the air.
We are on the air. Goodness.
Emery, can
Oh my God, no. Connie Chung.
King is at the White
I would have done her back in the day.
House
She's
this morning.
married to
Emery,
Maury
has the
Povich.
White House more or less set the stage to scrap the trip?
Hey, how do I know, Connie? Okay. Oh my God. I'm very.
Oh my God, I'm updating my resume.
Yeah. This will be the last time you see me ever again.
Oh, Connie. Oh my
Sorry,
God.
Connie. Good morning.
Sergeant. He's going to turn his call over to Diane there. Oh. Right.
We've got a paper down.
Collar down, ladies and gentlemen. Collar down.
Here on live television.
Go to the state employment service to get my unemployment compensation.
I don't think this heat is very welcome at this time of the year.
No, but it's been nice not to have those thunder showers in the afternoon.
That's true.
For a change. But they're coming back, you said.
Yeah, they'll be back by Friday.
The heat is making me as wet as the thunder showers.
Oh my God.
What? Oh, make it nice and wet. That heat.
Well, at least it's not a burning bush. So. Look at
Back to you,
Look at her
Steve.
face right there. Look at her face right there.
Like I just said that, didn't I? I just said that. I just said that I'm moist.
I hope he doesn't notice that I kind of looked at him when I said that.
I think that applies to all of us.
Dear God, his face. He's like,
his
face.
He's like, no, bro. No, bro.
That was either a look of, oh my God, shut up, or hell yeah. I remember that right before we came.
Well, okay then.
That was in the copy room.
I was like, that was in the editing room right before we came on air.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
I'm done.
I'm Arlene.
Welcome to Bell Share.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Carol.
Carolines.
Somebody fucked his sister.
Did they not know where they live?
And they didn't know what time of day it was.
They live in Carolina.
Did they not know they were related?
That's his sister, mother, cousin.
So
What are you talking about?
It's hard to say those lines this time of day.
Correspondent Scott Barrett is at George Washington University Hospital with a live update.
Now, which network catering service is that? ABC? I can report that ABC's catered lunch.
Hey, Scott is having trouble listening to us. We'll see if we can get in touch with him.
Look at the dude in the background. Look at the
Finally, tonight in college baseball.
To us.
Report that ABC's catered lunch.
Hey, Scott is having trouble listening to us.
Look at everybody
We'll see if we can get in touch with him for you.
And finally, tonight in college baseball, Lewis and Clark completed a 3-game sweep of UNR today with a 13-3 victory over at Moana Stadium. Barry Kuzminski took the loss for the Wolfpack, who saw their season record fall down to 12-11. UNR's next game will be on the road next Wednesday when they play a league doubleheader against Santa Clara. And that's it.
How is UNR's baseball team doing this year so far?
Bob, I just said, who saw their record fall to 12-11.
Our Gusty will go out.
Was you listening, Bob?
Get the cauliflower out of here. Listen, Bob.
To someone across the state.
It's like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So who's what's the score of the game? 0-0. Who's winning?
Yeah.
Cubs.
Yeah. I
One thing
agree.
I liked about that movie is that Cameron was wearing his Red Wings jersey for Gordie Howe.
Oh, Jesus.
I looked at a house on out here the other day that was Froman Lane. And I was like, Abe Froman?
And that is Matt Kelly, and Matt lives in Forest City. So glad to send that out to
Oh God. Oh, God.
Inside joke. Oh my God. Forest City.
doing. And well, we sent it out to us. I didn't put the Gusty up there very good, fellas. I tell you what, this has not been a good day for me, but it has been good weather-wise. Going to be good again tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're going to talk about some showers. We'll go pick the Gusty up, Steve.
Wrong camera, bro.
Right. There's a
check out that hairline.
We're not talking about hairline.
Don't get I probably am breathing again. Don't.
There's somebody that my father-in-law used to work with that
Oh, this isn't your dad's story?
No, it's my father-in-law.
Okay.
This guy
trauma with bum.
He used to say fourth thing. But he never mind.
Take it.
A jury in Phoenix, Arizona will hear more testimony today from witnesses testifying in the bigamy trial of a man suspected of marrying nearly 100 women. In earlier testimony, one of Giovanni Vigliato's wives claims her husband fleeced her for $55,000 in cash and antiques. Mike Ara has more.
Did he say fleeced or leased?
Leased. Oh,
Here's what
please.
gets me. I know men
women.
that can't tolerate having one wife. What in the hell is this guy doing with 100 of them?
You know what? That's
I've got the patience for one.
BJ every day of the week, I guess.
I've been married 3 damn times, and I can't stand to be in the presence of any of them.
Jackabox, you heard that, right? 3 times? Do you really want to be number 4?
9.
9?
That would be the German word for no.
No, it's
Taglebox is already there. He just doesn't have to put a ring on it.
He's asleep.
Oh, he is?
Oh, he went to bed.
He put a ring in it.
Good morning,
Match
sweetheart.
at Springfield at the Animal Shelter today. Let's go to the action. Exclusive highlights here. Watch the guy in the brown go right for the jugular. The guy in the black and white is stunned momentarily. Guy in the brown gets a takedown, then a reversal. Then it gets into a boxing match. Series of rights. Right jab, right jab, right jab. Look at this. This is, oh, he caught him in the jaw. Settle down, and then they'll start one more time with the jabs. There they go again. This is unbelievable. This is better, much better than a Jerry Cooney fight, without a doubt.
The accident.
I mean, to be fair.
The acting by the black and white cat was WWE worthy.
Right. I mean, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Well, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
I welcome stuff like that on news. Like on a local news station, doing something like that that's off the cuff like that, kind of being silly. That's not a blooper to me. That's just being silly.
No, but that back in the day, news wasn't as heavily regulated as it is now. Now there's nothing funny on the news anymore. There's nothing entertaining. No. There's none of that stuff. If you notice in all these clips, everybody is wearing something different. Their hairstyles are different. They look different. They all act different. It's not like the same cut and dry crap you see now. Back then, individuals were actually individuals on the news, and stars were stars on the news. Right. Now everybody is just like, it doesn't matter who you are. You're just one off of our script and our narrative, and that's it.
Before we start this, whoever made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles needs to pay her money because she looks like April O'Neil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Happened on Interstate 35, 1/2 mile south of Eagleville. 28-year-old Michael Brady of White Bear, Minnesota, was driving his car southbound on I-35. On Interstate I-35. His car hit head-on with... On I-35, his car hit southbound, the northbound lane of I-35.
Somebody was messing with the teleprompter.
That's the new version of Max Headroom. Anyway,
look at that. Marlboro.
That was the first glitch in the Matrix, by the way.
Right.
I-30 northbound I-35.
Surprised we didn't see a black cat go by.
Are the teeth about to fall out? Because it looks like the teeth are about to fall out. No. What is this music? Lord have mercy. What the fuck?
She looks really happy.
All right, who plugged it into the car?
Noise and containment of a.
I want to know, did she take acid before she went there? Because she looked like she was seeing sound.
There was something in her. Jesus.
There was good vibrations going on.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is she
good vibrations?
This is her first concert and realized that the bass hits a different. It's like,
I was expecting her to literally ho yeah at one point. I'm sorry, I was. It's ho yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Or to start dancing.
Right.
Yeah. 7,000-acre wildfire burning in the Sequoia National Forest near Lake Isabella is not expected until Thursday at the earliest, and more Santa Marians may be eligible for home improvement loans.
Right, get your Viagra today. That's your home improvement loins.
I want. Wait. Did I mishear her? She said there was a 7,000-acre fire in the Sequoia expected on Thursday.
Expected.
Yeah, like it was supposed to like show up. We're forecasting
What does she know if
7,000.
nobody else knows?
Right.
Well, she knew the Blue Chew was coming out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like someone just lit a campfire right now, and by Thursday, we're looking at a full-on blazer.
She was using her powers. She could see it was coming on Thursday, or she knew that somebody was planning it, and she's in on it.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
she
my
was planning to
question
put her family loins in the fire.
Well, you know, if it's hot, it's hot.
$20 is $20. Snort. Snort.
About 10 minutes.
The little change that we're going to experience this week actually is going to be back here. Do we have that? I guess we lost that.
See?
There's your green wall, Oklahoma.
You want to watch me dance? You want to see me dance? Well, I tell you what, we expect a good bit of sunshine to 10 hours today and tomorrow, a little bit cooler tonight and tomorrow.
Wait. Go back. All the way. Keep going. Right there. Okay, hit play.
The little change that we're going to
Really?
What? Where did you want me to stop?
Did anybody else notice the state?
Yeah, I said Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Oh, fuck.
And I told you it's a green wall, and you were wondering if they were green. Well, there's your proof.
There it is.
Thank you, Mom.
And
Yeah,
I can tell you,
imagine
exactly what's going on in the control room at this very moment while this is playing.
He has some chick bent over the desk, and they bumped a cord.
Because there's the director, and then there's the person that's flipping, going between cameras. And
experience this week actually is going to be back here. Do we have
like,
that?
camera one, no, two, no, three.
We lost that. You want to watch me dance? You want to see me dance?
Three, nope.
Well, I
And
tell
then
you what,
then he's going to start yelling. The director, will you pick one and stay with it?
expect a good bit of
ugly her maternity dress is that she's wearing.
Yeah, it's basically.
Oh, don't forget, guys. It was 6/18 when it happened.
That was Oklahoma in the 90s or in the 80s. Shut up.
Sunshine to 10 hours today and tomorrow, a little bit cooler tonight and tomorrow.
Look at that sunshine.
And we just totally lost out here. We're in the dark. I hope you can see at home, but we're looking at.
We're in the dark.
Hope you can see at home. Yeah, welcome to my
well, when I look outside, it doesn't look like that. But so I think we're good.
Temperatures possibly
and views of this news broadcast are not those of the Bones Radio Show.
Yep, near the
my
50
question
degree
is,
mark
when did
again
they
today, and you'll see that the wind chill out there is not all that bad.
Yeah, look,
it is on. Can I get in here? I don't know if I can or not. If you can see me, no? Let me back out. Let's try it one more time. Television is an amazing thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I used to have a set like that, and I threw it away.
So he's just saying, throw the station away.
Raising tropical fish is a hobby for millions of people, and for some a lucrative business as well. Gasson is an example of one little goldfish worth more than his weight in gold, although he's not much to look at with that pot belly and lumpy sort of head. He recently took first in a local breeders show in Japan. Now Gasson is, I can't say this, is worth about $1,600. But he's really worth more than that to a 78-year-old owner. He's been in the business of raising the rare Chinese fish for 40 years and says once you get involved with the tiny fish, you get hooked.
Okay, I got a question.
Poor fish.
Yeah, let's go back a little bit and point out the person that's talking.
Right.
I got a question.
He's not much of a looker.
Why so much makeup?
Right.
He's got so much foundation on him. It's scary.
Yeah, it's like, you're going to need a paint scraper.
He's got a face.
He's an Oompa Loompa.
Looks kind of like a Cheeto guy.
He's got a face for radio.
You have to scrape it off first before you clean it.
Under that, he's a 3 foot or 4 foot tall Asian man.
I'm guessing that's. I'm just trying to guess if that's Avon or Mary Kay.
Oh, you know that's Avon.
It's concrete.
You know that's Avon.
It's spackle. That's what we call that.
That's what we used to plug holes in walls.
Bondo and flesh tone.
All right, we're running out of time, Bomber. Hit that play
It's a
button.
hobby for millions of people, and for his weight on his raising them.
The Savannah, Georgia family is hooked on Coca-Cola. They collect memorabilia with the famous drink's logo, anything to do with Coke.
Now for an update on the conditions around the Fayetteville area and Springdale, we go to Gary J.
Can we just talk about the fact that she was heavily influenced by Madonna?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Never.
He's outside the Channel 29 studios with the latest. Gary?
She's a material girl in a material world.
Gary.
She ain't no virgin.
Gary.
Can we go to Rogers now? I think now we're gonna go to Rogers first. Melissa Moon is outside the studios up in Rogers. Here now, Melissa joins us with the latest up in Rogers. Melissa.
She looks stoned. Okay, so the camera was stoned.
I for a moment I didn't know if she was going over or the camera because it was like
Crap. There's problems right now. Let's go now. We're back right after this message. Stay with us. Is Toast falling? What's going on?
she's like punt. We'll be back.
And if you're as ready as I am for some good weather news, let's find out from Larry Glenn Anderson. Larry?
Boy, it looked a lot better than it did throughout the week, I'll tell you. We've got a lot of sunshine coming through with a little bit of clouds. As you can see, we'll have some fog in through Lompoc morning and night. Santa Barbara, St. Louis Obispo area, it's going to be a little cold, a lot of little clouds. And I'll tell you, up in here, a lot of nice snow. The rain's going to miss us, going to pass us, and go down towards San Francisco area. It looks really good for the weekend. Jim?
Well, the old man weather that's got hitting the farmers.
Go back five or 10
Did you
seconds.
catch the little clouds comment? I immediately went to Bob with his happy little trees.
Oh my. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, there you go.
A lot of little clouds, and I'll tell you, up
what is that supposed to be?
That's California.
Yeah.
Why is it blue all the way around it?
Why is it phallic?
Because
Ladies and gentlemen, the wing of America is going to have a little snow today, some fog and rain. There'll be a cold front that comes in for a little shrinkage, so beware of that if you live by the shore. Oh, Jesus.
I thought Florida was the phallus of the United States. And
Well, apparently not. It's California now.
Because
Right,
now
but-
it's its own island.
Yeah, by the look
Are
of
they
it.
saying that California can get fucked?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah, but the rain goes around the edge and comes out the bottom.
It looks like a turd.
Hey, and it's white.
It's like a turd halfway out.
I like
why is it green?
the cloud precipitation, and then as they migrate further towards the end, where it's going to come out.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, just all right.
Good for the weekend. I guess they can be looking for some pretty
good. No frost.
No frost at all.
Whatsoever.
And some of the coastal areas can
Coastal
get up into about
areas
55,
look
60
really-
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's right fair throughout the week.
Okay, thank you, Larry.
Jane Bellas Mitchell, Channel 2 News.
How drunk was he? This guy's shorts.
I'm sorry I had to start. That was funny as hell.
You did a great job. Yay. Oh my God, that was just.
But why is it green?
Come here,
Oh,
pretty lady.
wow.
Let me show you.
Oh. Yeah, I got nothing. I got
That
nothing.
was-
I'm amazed at how far the news has come.
Well, and
how
that's the
far
thing
it's
is like,
come, or has it fallen?
One of the things that I have because I don't normally watch the news, and then when I do, it's just like, what? Like everything is now virtual sets like. It was a big thing when they not the last election or I think it might have been the one prior, they all got the touchscreen, big giant 65-inch TVs, and they were, let's go check out this state, and they bring up this, and they circle it in everything, and everything was like touchscreen. Now it's just like I can just do this and things appear, and like all the background looks like it's there, but it's all virtual.
Remember the laser pointers they used at one point?
Dude.
No, I got you one better. No, one better. They had those long
the sticks.
Pointer sticks.
With a rubber pointer on the end. They used them in the classrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there was one local place here that the guy had like a stick with an arrow on the end of it, almost like a mouse pointer. It looked like, and he would like, yeah, it's right there. And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Gotcha.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this lovely day of Gxs Podcast and the news of the 80s. And that was our little time capsule for you guys. And so you guys can actually see how far we've come. And for the ones that did not grow up in that era, you can definitely see how goofy we were back then.
You can see how good you've got it now.
Yeah.
You could be wearing that tweed suit.
Or you could look like a serial killer from the 80s with a
Or you could have the unipatch on your forehead. That's just the way it is. But JoJo, thank you so much for coming in with us and spending time with us and letting us talk about your story and how far
Thank you
you've
for
come.
having me.
And I hope for everything that we can kind of push forward and get you what you need to keep on kicking.
or just send you fun things to make you smile.
Listen, I know a jokester that I can call he's really cool. He makes a lot of jokes, and we could have a conversation about joking.
I could send her a big dragon.
Yeah, send her a big dragon.
All right,
Yeah.
joke maker.
Well, I
There's another
know a
purple
joker
thing over here, but we won't get into that.
Love y'all.
So are we done?
6 foot.
Yeah, I think so. If you guys want to say goodbye or not, it's up to you. You can just kill it, or you can,
Do we
Have a
want
good one, guys.
Is there anybody? Bye.
See you later, guys. Have a good night.
I mean, next week, Bones is a unicorn.
Oh no, actually, hold on. Before we cut off, next week I have a little bit of an announcement to make. We're going to be talking to the man of the season, the one and only Santa Claus himself. Will be here with us on Gxs Podcast. So if you guys would stay tuned for next week, because Santa is coming to town.
Oh yeah,
fat sack.
Okay,
with him.
so I should behave, huh? No, I won't.
You've been on the naughty list for a long time, Bomber.
Right. I know him, Santa.
You tied him up in your bedroom one time, didn't you?
Maybe.
Oh
Perfect.
my God.
Oh God.